There were two types of soldier in the Roman army, the Roman legionary and the auxiliaries. The legionaries were the very best soldiers and the auxiliaries were actually non-Roman citizens. Legionaries wore an undershirt made of linen and a woolen tunic. The linen helped the soldiers to stay cool while the wool helped to trap heat, keeping the soldiers warm.
Domestic cats, though, are largely indoor huntless than outdoor cats because they don't have access to mice. In the wild, feral kittens are taught how to kill prey by their mothers. Domestic cats often fail to learn this skill, which is why you will see them playing with anything they catch. Or they may bring the mouse to you to kill.
More than half of cow feed is actually grass, and farmers call it hay and silage. While people often think dairy cows are fed a high-grain diet, in reality they eat the leaves and stems from corn, wheat and oats far more often than they are eating grain, like corn kernels.
The bone density test is painless and quick. It estimates how dense or thick your bones are by using X-rays. The X-rays measure how much calcium and minerals are in a part of your bone. The more minerals you have, the better, which means your bones are stronger, denser, and less likely to break.
Coffee is a beloved beverage known for its ability to fine-tune your focus and boost your energy levels. In fact, many people depend on their daily cup of coffee when they wake up to get their day started on the right foot. In addition to its energizing effects, coffee has been linked to a long list of potential health benefits, giving you more reasons to get brewing.
The body uses glucose as its main source of energy. Glucose comes from foods that contain carbohydrates, which is released and absorbed into the bloodstream after food is digested. The glucose in the bloodstream needs to move into body tissues so that cells can use it for energy. Excess glucose is also stored in the liver or converted to fat.
The sea breeze is one of the most frequently occurring small-scale weather systems. It results from the unequal sensible heat flux of the lower atmosphere over adjacent solar-heated land and water masses. Owing to the large thermal inertia of a water body, during daytime the air temperature changes little over the water while over land the air mass warms.
New York, North Carolina, and lower some of the intended destinations of cancelled flights that were supposed to leave from Southern California. Those areas are in the path of a winter storm that covered some neighborhoods with over a foot of snow and drenched others with freezing rain. On Monday,
During the Archean, methane droplets in the air shrouded the young Earth in a global haze. There was no oxygen gas on Earth. Oxygen was only in compounds such as water. Complex chemical reactions in the young oceans transformed carbon-containing molecules into simple, living cells that did not need oxygen to live. Instead, they made energy out of sulfur and other elements.
Although typically grown as a cash grain, winter wheaten provide most of the cover crop benefits of other cereal crops, as well as a grazing option prior to spring tiller elongation. Wheat also is slower to mature than some cereals, so there is no rush to kill it early in spring and risk compacting soil in wet conditions.
Biodegradable polymers have been used as carriers in drug delivery systems for more than decades. Early work used crude natural materials for particle fabrication, whereas more recent work has utilized synthetic polymers. The commercial success of these polymers has led to further research in the field aimed at bringing forward new formulation types for improved delivery of various small molecule and biologic drugs.
To thrive, cities must lean on nature. That means having open green spaces and interconnected waterways to prevent floods, green roofs and walls that reduce temperatures and produce food, and forests planted as green belts to oxygenate urban areas and regenerate ecosystems.
The outsized influence of rich countries on paleontology could lead to a warped view of life's history. The researchers say. Researchers studying large-scale trends in paleontology using resources are keenly aware that the fossil record is biased in myriad ways, including the age and type of rock in which fossils survive. But little consideration is given to the biases of the collectors themselves. A solar fuels generation research program is focused on hydrogen production by means of reactive metal water splitting in a cyclic iron-based redox process. Iron-based oxides are explored as an intermediary reactive material to dissociate water molecules at significantly reduced thermal energies.
A crew of scientists voyaged by ship from the southern tip of Chile into the frigid Antarctic to search for clues to one of the great unknowns of climate change. They plan to crisscross a remote patch of sea near the spot where, a year earlier, another crew had injected a tankful of an inert chemical 1 mile below the surface.
The mathematical language for talking about connections, which usually depends on networks, vertices, and edges, has been an invaluable way to model real-world phenomena. But a few decades ago, the emergence of giant data sets forced researchers to expand their toolboxes and, at the same time, gave them sprawling sandboxes to apply new mathematical insights.
Over the past 5 years, through studies of the simplest conceivable clocks, the researchers have discovered the fundamental limits of timekeeping. They've mapped out new relationships between accuracy, information, complexity, energy, and entropy. The quantity whose incessant rise in the universe is closely associated with the arrow of time.